How's it going today, Jera Bears? I'm Jera Sky. If you're new here, don't forget to take a look around at my channel. Subscribe before you leave. Today we're going to be talking about digital clutter. Alright, today guys, let's talk about being a minimalist and what we do with our digital clutter. So for me, I try to keep, every few years, I try to downsize my external hard drive that backs up basically my life and to whatever the newest, more compact version of the thing is. Yes, you can just keep the same old hard drive forever, but I find that it becomes risky to keep that longer and longer, especially for something that's so important. So every couple years when I do, scale down and then I sell the other one to help pay for the new one. I do go through some of the stuff and delete a bunch of things because as a few years go by, things become more irrelevant and you don't need to back everything up. So that is one way in which I downsize some of the digital stuff that I have backed up. And there's still stuff on there that I probably don't need. And I have deleted stuff that I did end up needing afterwards. So I mean, it's give or take, hit or miss, that's life. Gonna have to do what you gotta do. For me, I have everything, my entire life, everything that's on my laptop, everything that's on my phone, my life, everything can be backed up on this little, what is this thing called? This is a little My Passport Ultra. It's eStore, it's 4 terabyte hard drive. I can fit everything on here with plenty of extra space. I do have 2 of these, only because one is my life backed up savings, and I don't take that when I travel because it's my whole life, so I don't take that with me. So I have one for business stuff of when I have all these videos and I dump the footage, so that way I have room on my SD card, so I don't have to have a ton of SD cards. Technically though, I still could put everything that's on the other one onto this. It's just convenience that I do have 2, so I don't lose everything if I'm traveling, because when you travel, a little absent-minded sometimes. Everything I have can be fit on here. I try to keep, now with having that, I try to keep my laptop very clean, especially because I am using this for everything. So I try to not fill up more than half of the hard drive, so that way it keeps running like it does when it's new. After you go over half of what your hard drive is, it will start functioning differently. And I'm sure you can notice that even with your phone when you start really getting that filled up. And definitely with a laptop, I don't know what exactly it is. It has something to do with it has to use more RAM to access stuff because it's got so many more things to shuttle through. So I try to keep this as simple as possible. I also try to keep all my desktop on the screen. Mine's a little messy right now because I keep forgetting to promote YouTube videos on my Instagram, and I have a bunch of the images on the desktop. But let's see if I can show you. It's actually quite messy right now. It's way messier than it normally is. So if you can kind of see, I try to keep it as clean as possible, and I will have a folder where I store a bunch of other stuff in. That's some other stuff I need access, maybe something to watch. These are photos of stuff that needs to get promoted, and those are some other videos I did do some stills for, some of that's work. And all my YouTube stuff is in one folder. So I try to keep things minimal, because when I see somebody's computer and they just have that whole desktop filled with icons, that is so beyond stressful for me. And I'm like, how do you do anything? How do you get anything done? And even right now, how many things I have on my desktop it's quite stressful and quite distracting. So I also apply that aspect to my email inbox. And I know some people don't give a crap about their email inbox and whatnot. I try to keep mine as close to zeroed out as possible. Right now it's not, because I did all the traveling and there's a bunch of stuff I haven't handled that I need to handle, and some stuff I need to respond to and I haven't responded to yet. Just felt a little overwhelmed recently and I haven't done much. But when I keep that zeroed out, when I keep my email inbox zeroed out and things archived or sorted into the folders in Gmail that you can make, I just find everything is much easier. The start of my day is a lot easier when I go into my email, because I'm not bombarded with this procrastination of stuff I haven't done yet. And one way is I keep my inbox cleaner, easier, and everything is, I use this app called Boomerang. I actually pay for it. And it's like a snooze button on some of your, actually I'll show you too. Like a snooze button on your emails. So something that might not, when I buy a plane ticket, I will boomerang my plane ticket to come back the day before I'm actually going to leave. So that way it's not just sitting in my inbox for weeks or months if I had bought it that far out in advance. So that's quite helpful. Or concert tickets or anything like that. Or stuff that just doesn't need my immediate attention but needs to get done. I'll boomerang it for a couple days from now or this or that. Does it always work? No, it's just like a normal snooze button on an alarm for your sleeping. It's Sometimes you just keep hitting that snooze and you never do it. You just keep procrastinating. So right now this is not zeroed out and this is just one of my emails. But you see there's not a lot of emails there. And then the Boomerang app, so when you go up here, see this Google device, Boomerang, you can Boomerang da-da-da-da. And this is the free version because I have multiple emails. They all kind of look different, but it's super easy to use and it's super convenient. And it really does, I'm telling you, if you can keep your inboxes zeroed out, like, it helps with your mental stress so much. It just like helps you keep everything clear and you're like, it's nice. So I can't recommend that app more. There's probably other apps that do the same exact thing, but that's what I've come across. So I will put a link to it below. Yeah, I pay for it. I can't remember how much I paid for it. It might have been like $30 for the whole year because they were having a sale. I find it worth it to de-stress and everything. What are some other tips for getting rid of stuff? You can get rid of photos by posting photos to your Facebook if you want to like use that as a cloud for your photos that you don't want to necessarily keep backed up. Delete photos that, you know, you don't need a million different, slightly different versions of the same exact thing. And I'm guilty of this too. It's not like I'm so much better at this, especially doing all the YouTube videos and taking pictures to try to make good thumbnails. Like, keep photos because I'm like, oh, that's a good photo. But in like a year from now, it'll be much easier for me to be like, delete, 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 delete. So sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to work through it, to detach from it, and then you'll have an easier time getting rid of it. So that's also, I find a lot of people that complain about their phones because they max out the storage space and it doesn't run well and it doesn't do good, and that's why they feel like they need to buy a new one. Really, no, you just need to dump out all your old photos and everything and clean out your phone and kind of like clean it up. It is a computer. Your phone is a computer. Keep that thing clean, keep it running smooth. You can't just like max everything out, okay? So if the phone isn't performing well, it's probably user error, not the phone. The phones that come out nowadays are incredible. It's the people that don't know how to utilize these things. You just expect it to do everything. You to fill it up and it's still to work perfectly. No, back your photos up, clean it out, and then you'll have a fresh new phone. It'll run faster. Trust me, it won't have to shuffle through as many files. That's really all I have for like digital clutter, because that's it. That's all my digital stuff is like my phone, my hard drive, and my laptop. Like, that's it for my digital clutter. Like, invest more in a nicer laptop so that way it'll last you longer. But then again, it also depends on what you do. Like, if you're a photographer, I know you're gonna have way more photos. I would say like cloud storage, if you're paying for cloud storage, it's kind of an equivalent to like paying for self-storage for like your shit in the real world. Like, if you're having to pay for cloud storage, not because just because you have so much stuff that you have nowhere to put it, not because, like, say you are working and use the cloud and it makes it easier to shuffle things to have everything from your phone to your everything, that's a little different. You're using it for work. But if you have so much shit and that's why you're using the cloud, it's just like the public storage. You need to go through stuff and get rid of stuff. It takes time, yes, and does it feel silly? Yes, but it's part of stuff that is weighing you down and it's important, and it does have, even though it's digital, it does have a physical weight on your mental state. Ooh. I would say at least, maybe even like once a year, right when you get real motivated, like right around New Year's resolutions time, that'd be a good time to go through stuff and clear stuff out. A lot of people seem to have the clearest head then of like what they want in life and what they want to do, and it's easier to make those choices when you have your goal in mind of whether or not that stuff is holding you back or not. And then I'm just very big on consolidate as much as you can. So as time goes by, if you have more money and you can get a nicer hard drive that's bigger, that you can say you have 2 different hard drives and you can put them together on one, and it still won't fill up that, half of that hard drive, and you still have space for the future, like, totally do it. It's worth it. You're getting rid of 2 things and turning it into one, and it's just keeping things clearer. And it'll also force you, when you're adding all that stuff to the drives, to go through it and question whether or not you want to save it or not. And it'll help you keep it reorganized because you'll go through it and resort things. Alright guys, I hope this video helps you with like a minimalist approach to digital clutter and what things that you can do, what I do, what really works for me. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you have any other tips, put them down below to share it with other people. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave and check out my other videos. Follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at Jera Sky. I'm Jera Sky. Sky's the limit. Woo!